When you think about what happens in a science lab, it's easy to let your imagination run wild. For centuries, scientists have crafted some of the most essential and life-altering and often life-saving creations, from X-rays to insulin to seemingly innumerable others, many of which came into existence by accident. While it's true that some of history's greatest inventions were the result of some ingenuity inside a science lab or atop a chemistry lab table around the world, many of the everyday items we often overlook and underappreciate did as well. But of all the lab creations, brace yourself for this one. A group of researchers created a black hole in a laboratory that began to glow mysteriously. They created the event horizon of a black hole using a chain of atoms. In short, the glow might finally shed light on aspects of quantum gravity and even how black holes emit Hawking radiation. When discussing black holes, you've probably heard of the event horizon. Due to the boundary's gravitational strength, even light, the fastest known thing in the universe, is unable to escape the event horizon. In 1974, the English theoretical physicist Stephen Hawking proposed the Hawking radiation mechanism for black hole evaporation via black body radiation. According to Hawking radiation mathematics, it would take thousands of years for any astrophysical black hole to vanish through this phenomenon. Furthermore, due to their extremely low energy output, we cannot detect these black holes even with the most cutting-edge tools at our disposal. This is because any signal would be lost in the cosmic microwave background noise. That is the primary reason why Hawking radiation has never been detected. But a group of physicists has now discovered comparable radiation in the laboratory. So how exactly did they find it? Hawking radiation from black holes is inextricably linked to quantum mechanics. How will this research help us get closer to a single theory that explains everything? The source of the Hawking radiation is the QFT theoretical framework, which incorporates aspects of quantum mechanics, special relativity, and classical physics. According to quantum field theory, the vacuum is not truly empty. It's instead filled with virtual particles, which appear and disappear in pairs in space. These virtual particles cause a phenomenon called vacuum fluctuations. In essence, they change the amount of energy in space at random. The virtual particles always appear and disappear in pairs of a particle and an antiparticle. Because these particles contain no energy, the energy conservation law is said to be broken. When two particles collide, one pair has positive energy and the other has negative energy. Because the particle and antiparticle destroy each other within the time window provided by the energy-time Heisenberg principle, a violation of energy conservation is theoretically possible even though the pair's net energy remains zero. However, there is one more twist. The negative energy particle can cross the event horizon and be absorbed by the black hole if it moves in a radial direction towards it. As a result, the uncertainty principle isn't violated because the black hole absorbs the negative energy particle from the vacuum fluctuation. In contrast, the positive energy particle is released and escapes into infinity. This vacuum fluctuation causes the negative energy particle to deplete the energy of the black hole, while the positive energy particle increases the energy of the universe. How can two particles appear out of nowhere? The black hole's extreme gravity provides the answer. These particles are thought to appear close to the black hole's event horizon due to the black hole's strong gravity. However, the energy that escapes the event horizon is converted into the mass of the black hole. Now, from this, Hawking radiation reduces the mass and energy of the black hole. Understanding the nature of Hawking radiation is necessary for understanding the researchers' actions. Hawking radiation behaves quite similarly to black body radiation with a Planck spectrum, implying that the thermal radiation released by a black hole is comparable to that of a star. Notably, the temperature of the radiation is inversely proportional to the black body's mass. From this, one thing is evident, that the larger the size of the black hole, the cooler it is, and the longer it takes to evaporate. Hawking radiation has long been elusive because, well, it's just too faint to detect from supermassive black holes. Because its discovery could lead to some groundbreaking results in astronomy, researchers attempted to investigate its nature using some black hole analogs grown in the laboratory. A team from the University of Amsterdam performed a thorough analysis of the radiation from the synthetic horizon by altering certain conditions to render the Hawking radiation solely thermal. They first built a one-dimensional atom chain for electrons to traverse to simulate particle hopping around the event horizon. It was possible to simulate the warping of space-time caused by a black hole by adjusting how electrons can move between each site. They might be able to create a fake event horizon using this method. The team observed the effect of Hawking radiation as they extended the atom chain beyond the artificial horizon. Three significant findings emerged from this experiment. The first one is that real Hawking radiation may be purely thermal in some cases because this radiation was only thermal when certain spatial variations in the hopping probability occurred. The second point is that Hawking radiation necessitates entanglement. Particle entanglement is a quantum mechanical effect that explains how two particles can be linked despite their great distance. The researchers discovered that entanglement between two objects on opposite sides of the horizon is directly related to Hawking radiation. They concluded that Hawking radiation necessitates changing the way space-time warps. It happened only when the model system began with no spatial variation in hopping probabilities, resembling a flat space-time without a horizon, before being transformed into one with a simulated black hole. Even though Hawking radiation sounds exciting, it has far-reaching consequences for the rest of the universe. Black holes first interact with the universe via Hawking radiation, which occurs when the black hole emits particles due to quantum effects. The black hole's mass decreases as it emits these particles, while the universe's energy increases. This is the thermal interaction of the universe and black holes. If the black hole remains isolated and does not consume any nearby stars, it will eventually evaporate and become nothing. They too will fade away with time. But something interesting happens near the black hole's end. Because the black hole's mass decreases with radiation temperature, the temperature of the radiation skyrockets near the end. The most likely form of high-energy radiation from these low-mass black holes is particle-heavy jets of radiation. And as a result, the black hole's final destination is likely violent explosions in the form of X-rays and gamma rays. Hawking radiation research could lead to discoveries in astroparticle physics and high-energy physics. In the grand scheme, research on analog black holes and Hawking radiation will pave the way for researchers to investigate how quantum mechanics and the gravitational field interact, potentially leading to a single theory of quantum gravity. Well, for those of you amazed, a black hole is not the only thing created in a lab. In 2018, physicists at CERN, Europe's massive underground particle research lab, revealed that they had created an antimatter particle in the lab as part of the ALPHA experiment. The scientists created an anti-hydrogen atom and have been studying it to solve one of science's biggest mysteries. Hydrogen is the most basic form of matter. It is made up of only one electron that revolves around one proton. But what is the aim of this experiment? Well, the scientists' primary goal is to determine whether matter and antimatter particles behave similarly. Even minor differences in behavior could help us understand why there are no antimatter particles in the universe. It would also call into question the standard model of physics, which states that matter is the fundamental building block of the universe and explains its behavior while providing no explanation for all the missing antimatter. However, until now, even the most precise test to date has been unable to distinguish between a hydrogen atom and an anti-hydrogen atom. For those not familiar with the whole thing, science believes that when the Big Bang occurred, it produced equal masses of matter and antimatter with opposing electric charges. And when matter and antimatter particles collide, they annihilate each other, leaving a massive amount of energy behind. The CERN team created mirrored hydrogen particles by binding positrons left over from high-energy particle collisions at CERN to the twins of electrons known as positrons. As a result, anti-hydrogen atoms were created and placed in a magnetic trap to prevent them from colliding with matter and self-annihilating. Because different types of matter absorb different frequencies of light, the reaction of anti-hydrogen atoms to laser light was studied to learn more about them. It was discovered that hydrogen and anti-hydrogen atoms reacted in the same manner. The team is attempting to move forward with the experiment and fine-tune it to better understand the potential differences that may emerge. As technology advances, maybe we should expect more wild lab creations.